So the money game. What is the money game? So what I'm defining as the money game is the societal game that we're all playing, where money is points. And people are trying to achieve points because they want to have status, value, luxury, and everybody's trying to compete for the high score. You can never really actually win the money game, but there's really no cap to the score. You can keep competing in the money game. So even if you're one of the people who have the top points in the money game, you can still keep playing it. The things that get you the most points in the money game are things that really are acting in the individual best self-interest. It's like creating consumer goods and services that people want and are really in high demand. They are created to maintain the status quo. And one example I really like using for this is public education. So public education is provided by governments. And when kids go to school, they learn about economics, they learn about how society works today, they learn how they can enter the society and be a productive member of society, kind of continuing to turn this wheel. They're not really learning about how to add the most value for the collective and things that are actually going to lead to our long-term sustainability. Also, these cycles are lacking feedback. There's not a lot of opportunity to tell the government that you don't really like the public goods that they're providing. Don't worry, the governments will take care of the environment. Governments are taking care of our waste. They're also taking care of environmental causes, but governments' jurisdictions only extend as far as their borders. So they're only taking care of what's happening like within their own space. So anything that happens outside of that, like oceans, which are covering the entire earth, end up kind of being like a dumping point for a lot of plastic. Like this waste problem is something I care about really deeply. And so just kind of seeing like governments are trying their best to provide the best services that they can, but they're just limited. They're limited by jurisdiction, they're limited by power, they're limited by capital, and there's not much more that they can do. We can use Web3 to build new money games. So we can actually flip the script and imagine if you could get the most points in a new money game for providing the most value to the collective. You could get the most points for providing public goods. And you would still get points for adding private goods, but the most points would be to the people that are taking care of the collective the best. I think that this is a really, really exciting thing and an opportunity that we have in Web3. When governments fail to provide public goods that are in demand, people start nonprofits. Nonprofits pop up to take care of things like the environment, and they beg for donations so that they can actually provide these public goods. When governments aren't adequately providing them, nonprofits are there taking the brunt of the load. The problem is that nonprofits are in a losing game. Nonprofits are begging for donations. They're like, hey, can you share with me some of your points? And in order to support public goods and support nonprofits, people are like, okay, I will sacrifice some of my points because I care about this cause. But imagine if we could change the system so that you could support nonprofits and actually gain points in a new money game. Giveth, if you've heard of it before or not, is a donation platform. And first off, we're trying to bring nonprofits into the Web3 space so they can start getting into Web and unlocking this potential. We started by making a zero-fee, peer-to-peer, no intermediary donation platform, but we want to make it so that people who are playing and interacting with the protocol can actually win the money game. With givebacks, 100% of every donation goes to the project, always. And up to 75% of the value of this donation is actually streamed back to the donor in Give tokens over time. Give is the governance token, the token of Giveth. It's something that we created and we're emitting to donors when they donate. So for the first time in the history of ever, you can actually support public goods projects and gain points in this micro money game that also affects the macro money game. You're actually gaining value from donating. This has never happened before. So the next product that we are like in the middle of launching is called Give Power. With Give Power, our mission is to make it so that you can actually support projects while earning. The way it works is basically by staking and locking Give tokens, you earn a yield, and then you use Give Power to signal support on projects. You can go to our Give farm and stake in this 100% Give staking pool. So the minimum APR you can gain is 27.43%, and that's just by staking your tokens. And if you wanted to earn more, you could lock your tokens for up to a year and earn up to 5.2 times the multiplier. So it's great. You can get more rewards from locking, but how does this affect projects and how does this come back to public goods? You get something called Give Power. It's a non-transferable ERC20 token, which is used to vote on projects that you believe in on the platform. So when you go to a project page, you have the option of either donating, or you can boost the project with Give Power. You can use it to signal support for the projects you believe in, and then the top projects as voted by the community will get like #1 ranking or #2 ranking. All the projects will be ranked. The first benefit that projects get is increased givebacks for their donors. So if you remember, I mentioned before, when you donate to a project, you get up to 75% back of your value of your donation back streamed over time. With Give Power, the top projects that you donate to, you can actually get up to 80% of your value of donation back over time. So if you're signaling support on projects, and the new donors who give to those projects have a greater incentive to give to the projects voted by the community. Another benefit that projects will get is matching funds. So the top projects on the platform will actually get matching funds from Giveth. We have a matching pool where we're collecting funds to distribute to projects. So in this way, you can actually just stake your Give tokens, earn, and signal support for projects, and then those projects get additional benefit, and donors are incentivized to donate to those projects.